Hey guys, Mr. Sherwin here, and I'm going to explain how to use footnotes in your research paper if you're choosing on writing a research paper. So, whatever project you do, whether it's National History or one of the National History Club writing assignments, you want to make sure you have properly cited the information by using either footnotes or endnotes. National History requires footnotes on every page of your paper. If you are doing National History Club, I believe they allow you to use either endnotes, which are at the end, or footnotes, which are on every page. So I'm just going to give you some help here on how to do this. So it's pretty darn easy, and I'm going to start with a document. So I chose one of the topics of one of you, the students, and this particular student is writing about how tactics in the American Civil War changed and how that really had an impact on the war. So I just wrote a bunch of text, just off the top of my head, just to show you how to do this. So I'm not going to bother reading it for you. But I found a quote that I want to use in the paper, and it's right here, just very short before they can touch the ground, yada yada yada. And so I want to use this particular quote. Now, the quote I'm using is from a primary source. I actually have the page on my annotated sources. So I've already inserted my quote. Now I just want to make sure I cite it properly. So real simple, not hard at all. You've already done the hard part, which is the annotated bib. So what you want to do now is actually add your footnotes. So at the end of your quote that you're going to be using, you want to go over here to insert, and you want to go to footnote. Okay, and it's going to bring you down to the bottom. And this simply is where you paste your Chicago manual style citation. So I'm going to borrow the citation. So I'm going to go back in here. And this is Ben. Thank you, Ben. I'm going to borrow yours. And he's got the citation here. So I'm just going to straight take it from my bib, and then I'm going to put it into the actual document. So Control-C to copy. Go back into the doc, and I'm going to Control-V. And it's going to pop up right there. So the only other thing you want to do here is you want to put one indent down here with your citation, and you are good. Now, I'm giving another piece of help to you guys. This is from Purdue's OWL, the best at telling you guys how to cite properly. And I'm going to put this on Google Classroom. So you have this, and it has a sample paper and what to do. So it's got a title page, and it's got the topic. And then it also talks about, how your header will look, how your footer will look. This is like a checklist of things to do. So down here, this is their first page. They use their first footnote. It's really interesting here. So what talks about when you use your first footnote, use the complete citation. If you come back to that same source, like let's say I go back to this particular source again, anywhere in the paper, well, I don't have to recite the entire thing. That's going to take up valuable space. So what you could do, according to Purdue, is use a shortened form. So instead of using this entire source here as a footnote, which includes the page number, by the way, you could just say simply Dean, Democracy, and Other Neoliberal Fantasies 30. So you're not putting the entire thing on here. So for my particular one, if I go back and use the same source later on in the paper, I don't have to write Christian Fleetwood's Medal of Honor, American Battlefield Trust. I can just say Christian Fleetwood's Medal of Honor, and I'm good, okay? Or you can just use this section here. You don't have to put the whole website and the date accessed, which I need to include here, and all those different things. So anyway, that's how you add citations. Very simple. And there are a couple other little things that you do, but if you look closely at, if you just kind of read through and look at the example that I'm giving you, it kind of will solve all your problems. So just make sure you guys are citing properly. If you look at this person's here, another example, they used this source a bunch. So they used it here, they used it here, and so they don't have the same citation exactly the way it is. So they use the full citation, and from here on out, they just use a very shortened version of the citation. Okay, so David Harvey in this person's paper, that's the only source they have from David Harvey. So they used page 12. They went in the paper and used page 12 again. Now they're using page 13. So pretty simple way to cite your paper. Okay.